Welcome back to the latest weekly rotation. I'm going to start this video off by letting you know that two of the perfumes that I will be discussing were given to me by the brand when I was at Exence. So the brand is Step Aboard, and I'll be talking about the perfumes shortly. Just a little bit of background. Whenever I smelled anything at Exence in Milan and I was enjoying it, I had no hesitation in asking the people at the stand if they had samples that I could take with me and do further testing with. Most of the time, yes, I got a bunch of samples. In the case of Step Aboard, they apparently didn't have samples, and I was given two bottles of the perfumes that I liked from this brand. So I'm going to start off by actually talking about this first one. This one, I'm going to leave a link in the description to their website. So they're obviously different looking to a lot of other perfume packaging. They are in cans. They are meant to look like spray paint cans. They are. I might not be entirely accurate. They are inspired by street art that can be found in subways and train stations around the world. So each scent of the collection is based on that, and usually the name corresponds with a location. So the one that I'm going to talk about first, this one is called Transitions Gate. So the perfumer for these perfumes is Bertrand Duchefort, which is a great plus for me. I'm always interested in what he's working on. Transitions Gate. So the cans themselves have no propellants. They are pressurized. They just use pressurized gas. I don't know the science behind it, but definitely no propellants used. They're also safe to use on hair and skin. So it's essentially water-based, mainly water-based perfume. And I'll just show you how they work. They are a continuous spray feature. So in terms, it made me curious because that smells so good. It made me curious because I wonder if you go through more perfume in this sort of configuration, or it's actually spraying out less. It seems like a pretty fine mist. But anyway, just something to consider when you're deciding whether to try them. Check out the website. I've got these two because I really liked how they smelled. This one is called Transitions Gate. Perfumer is Bertrand Duchefort. This is basically like an aromatic leather perfume. And like I said, you can safely spray it in your hair. It's actually quite nice to be able to sort of spray continuously on yourself, and they smell good. The only complaint that I would have with these really is I feel like they don't seem to be present as long as a lot of other perfumes. I don't know if I'm getting a anosmic to it, or the longevity of them isn't great on me. Spraying on the hair helps a little bit, but I mean, ultimately, the best thing about them is that they actually both smell really good. So that's Transitions Gate. That's what it looks like. And like I said, spray can. And the one that I wore for most of the week is this one here. This is called Bosco S. This is inspired by there's a famous apartment building in Milan that has, I'll see if I can post a picture up on the video, that essentially designed to have plants growing out of it. I don't know if they're all on the balconies, but it's basically a living man-made structure or combination of living plants and a man-made structure. It's quite famous, especially as a landmark of Milan. This perfume was inspired by it. So this one is a green aromatic perfume. There is a really nice note of absinthe in here. So it's I also, even though it's not listed, when I spray this on, I'll just spray it on now. So you can see it sprays upside down as well, all over my hair. So it's quite herbal, green. It has this really strange mixture of, I want to say like leather and concrete thing going on. And I don't exactly mean concrete like petrichor concrete, but it really captures the inspiration of this, the initial inspiration of this perfume. Step aboard Bosco S, and the other one was Transitionscape. Check them out if you can sample them. And thank you to the brand for letting me have these bottles. The samples that I wore this week, I finished off my sample of L'Instant de Guerlain, the original EDT, the vintage sample. My final kind of analysis on that is that I can appreciate when it came out that it was probably something quite different. I like that combination of the citrus with the sort of darker, earthier patchouli, but the perfume, the whole composition itself, and if you watch this channel, you know I'm a big fan of some of the Guerlain masculine classics. Lidge just didn't do anything for me. Now that's the EDT. I haven't properly tested the EDP, so that could be a whole different thing, but I just was a little bit nonplussed about it. So I appreciate getting to try it, but it didn't do anything for me. The other samples I wore, this is my dwindling supply of Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Apom pour Homme. I liked this very much for a long time. One of the best orange blossom perfumes I've worn over time. I think it's discontinued now. But as of right now, I'm not mad about it. I don't think I'm going to be terribly sad when I run out of it. Getting through my decants of Chanel Le Lion as well. It's starting to get a little bit cooler here in Melbourne, but we've got warm weather coming up. So end of March, always has like the last dying throes of summer. And today I wore Krizia's Teatro alla Scala, and again, I really enjoy this perfume. I appreciate it for what it is. It's definitely of a time and a style. And, good perfumes never go out of fashion. And I appreciate why this was once a popular perfume, but it is discontinued. It is a lovely, slightly animalic amber perfume. Doesn't do it justice, obviously, how I'm describing it. It's quite operatic and symphonic, but it is big and lasts all day. But again, when I run out of it, will I wish I had a bottle? Probably not. In fact, quite probably not. In terms of my other bottles, I wore Heritage EDT by Guerlain, and always a perennial favorite. And also one of Francesca Bianchi's newer perfumes, this is Encounters. I think it was released last year. What I like about this, strangely, is that there is a big iris note in it. but this is slightly different to your atypical Francesca Bianchi Oris/Iris. It is more classic in terms of the familiarity of this iris kind of recalls things like, from my experience, stuff like Dior Homme, for instance. So it's kind of the least Francesca Bianchi iris in the Francesca Bianchi line, but I love how transparent and sparkly this is. And I haven't really enjoyed an iris perfume, well, not much in recent years, but this is definitely one of them. And it's got depth without being too smothering like some heavy orris butter perfumes can be. So I was really pleasantly surprised by Encounters because it was one that I had not smelled, where I've smelled most of the perfumes in the Francesca Bianchi line, but Encounters was one that I hadn't, and I really was pretty taken by it. A lot of people might not understand its appeal because, it's a little bit different to what they're probably used to from her. But I like it I basically really like it more for that reason anyway. So that's my rambling about the perfumes I wore all week, and I hope you have found something interesting, or you piqued your interest on any particular perfume that I wore, and I'll see you soon with another video or a podcast. See ya.